Hi there, gang. So today I'm making a German meal. I'm going to make breaded pork cutlets. But I thought since I was going to have all the bread and everything out, I would also do some chicken cutlets for the rest of the week. So I'm going to show you how to slice, if you buy a regular chicken cutlet, how to slice it nice and thin and then kind of pound it out a little bit. And then we'll bread it up and we'll fry it. I am going to do this without eggs today because eggs are too expensive and I'm too cheap. See you back here. Okay, so you're going to take your chicken cutlet after you've cut off all that yucky yellow fat and put it flat on your cutting board. I always use plastic to cut meat, never wood, because wood holds the bacteria, and I can put these nice plastic things right in the dishwasher and get them nice and sanitized and clean. So you're going to take your chicken breast and you're going to hold it down flat, and you're going to take a nice sharp knife and go in kind of at the middle. Go into the middle and just hold it down nice and flat, and you'll feel the knife underneath your hand. Just keep gently slicing. Now it'll do that. It'll come off kind of uneven. That's okay. If this one is too thick still, then you can actually go back in and make it even just a little thinner if that's what your goal is. Just be careful and be mindful that the knife it's under there, so if you feel it hitting your hand, by all means pull away. But see how thin I did that, because that wasn't really thick to begin with. So there you go. You can also buy chicken cutlets already cut thin. They usually come pretty thin, and I'm not a fan of having them super thin. I kind of like them more this kind of a thickness. So, but you do you. So it's very easy. I'll do it again. Take your chicken cutlet, hold it flat, go in kind of in the middle with your nice sharp knife, and just guide it straight down all the way to the end. If you do that, cut it off, and there you have it. This is how I kind of like mine, because I like to pound them out a little bit. I am going to cover them just like I've covered these, and I'm going to gently pound them out. I'm going to do the same thing to the chicken breast, just ever so gently. You don't have to be crazy. Give them a nice little pound, then maybe flip it over, cover it with plastic again. Give it a little pound, and that'll make them a little longer, a little wider, and also a little bit thinner. That's why I like to leave mine a little thicker. So I'll meet you back at the table and we'll get breading. Okay, so I've whipped up a little bit of mayonnaise, and you can either add milk, or I used water actually because I didn't have my milk up here. So I'm using this instead of eggs. Of course you can use eggs. If I were going to bread everything with eggs, I would probably do flour, egg, and crumb. But I just wanted you to see how you can bread something without having any eggs in the house. You could also, this could be olive oil. You could dip it in olive oil nice and good and then put it in the egg. That actually is really good because you don't have to use a lot of oil in your pan if you do it that way. But we're going to do it this way, and I just wanted to show you the little trick for the chicken breast to make it extra yummy is add, I guess I have about maybe 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumb in here, and I'm going to add maybe about a tablespoon or so of grated Parmesan cheese. You can grate your own or get it already grated and add that to it. It just gives it a little extra something. So I'm going to mix that up into my crumbs. I've salted and peppered my meat. So I'll show you the chicken breast. When you pound out your chicken breast, the goal is to get the fatter part of the breast almost equal in width to the thinner part, because there's always going to be a thinner part. So you're going to put it in this mayonnaise and water, or mayonnaise and milk. It was about, for every tablespoon of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of liquid. You know, these aren't exact measurements, but whatever. Drip it off nice. Pop that in your crumb. Spread it around all nice. Look how nice and breaded that comes. Hang on. Lift that up. See? You would never know that I didn't use eggs. So there you go. I'm going to do all of these. These are my pork cutlets that I'm going to use tonight. And I did put a little bit of mustard in this mayonnaise because, I don't know, it gives them a nice little zing. And I'm using a different crumb. This is a crumb that I made that actually is probably not crummy enough, but whatever. And so I'm going to finish breading everything up, and then I'll show you, like, I'll fry up a something and show you how much oil you'll need in the pan to do that. Okay, so here I have my pan. I covered the bottom of the pan with just a little extra, like just enough to cover the pan and have a little bit extra. And then I put my piece of garlic in there because that's my indicator of when the olive oil is ready. I fry chicken breast in olive oil. You can do it in any kind of oil. As soon as this starts to bubble a little bit, you're going to get these babies in there. Because you don't want the oil to be too super duper hot, or you're going to burn the crumb without cooking the chicken breast. So you're going to leave it at between a medium and a medium high. As soon as that garlic starts to bubble up, you're going to get your chicken breasts in there. You want to see a nice bubble around them. Can you see the depth of the olive oil? Okay, so as soon as you get this nice brown coming up the sides, see how brown that is coming up the sides? You're going to flip them. Look at that. And that did take, I timed it, it was about 3 minutes, really undisturbed. So now we're flipping them, and we're going to cook them for another about 3 minutes. Our heat is, you know, I'm adjusting. I don't want it to get too hot or they're going to burn. So you just want it to be just a little side note. People who hate mayonnaise. Ew, my chicken breasts are going to taste like mayonnaise. No, they're not. They're not. You're not even going to know that you didn't dip them in egg and that you used mayonnaise, because guess what, folks? Mayonnaise is only egg and oil. That's how you make mayonnaise. So really, you were dipping them in egg, kind of. So that's it. There you go. A little bit of grated Parmesan, a little something, and not that much oil, just up the sides, and about 3 minutes each side. When they're nice and crispy golden, you flip them over. Remember to use your little garlic to know when your oil is hot enough to start. And that's it. That's easy, folks. See you at the next one.